Hey everyone, it's Carl from Creative Universe, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to do basic 3D text in Photoshop. So you're going to need Photoshop CS6 extended or above, up to CC 2015 I think it is now. So after you've got that, you can just open up Photoshop here and we can get started. So what you want to do is go to File, New, and then type in whatever you want to call it. I'll just do 3D text, and then you can change the width and heights and all that. And then just open that up, and now I'm just going to make these fit on screen, and then you want to go to your text tool and choose a font or something, and then just type whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to do creative at the start just to make it easier. I could do Creative Universe, but this is just a basic tutorial. So after you've done that, you can click OK, and then I'm just going to move this directly in the middle like that. And then you can right click, go to layers on the right here, and then right click your text layer and choose new 3D extrusion from selected layer. And after you click that, it'll go into the 3D window, I guess you could call it. So here you can see it's opened it up, and we've got our 3D extrusion. So at the moment I want to change the depth of the extrusion. As you can see here, it's a bit too, like on the top left here, you can see it's just a bit too big for me. So what I want to do is click on the creative bit here and change the extrusion depth to something more suitable. So I guess like maybe just small, like 4, 5. That's good. So that looks a bit better. And then if you want to look at what you've created, you can click on current view here, and then go to the top and click on this little circle sort of thing. And then if you click on the screen, you can move around and just check your whole 3D thing. So I'm just gonna just look around. It looks pretty good at the moment. And then what I want to do now is change the color of my layer and stuff, just to make it look a bit better. So what you want to do is, instead of clicking on this, I just made a mistake. You want to actually click on front inflation material, and then choose diffuse again and change the color of it to whatever you want. So I'm going to choose darkish sort of red, like that. I suppose that looks right. Then choose OK, and I also want to change this to the same color, so I'll just click on there, choose that color again, whatever that is. Whoops, it's not really it, is it? That, there we go. So now we've got, if we go back to this, you can see we've got, now the front of it is red, front of our text is red, but the rest of it is still black, or this dark grey colour, which looks pretty cool at the moment. So now I've got this. What I want to do now is change the colour of this background here. You can see it's just white, just a plain white. So I'm going to change that by, that is just simple, clicking on background layer here. And then just choosing a color from here, so I'll do like, yeah, red I guess, and find your paint bucket tool, which is there, and then just click on the background to make it all red like that, and go back to click on creative again, just go back to your 3D layer like that, and there you can see now we've got it on this red sort of background, which looks quite cool. So what I want to do now is reposition the light so the shadows are in a bit of a different spot. So to do that, you click on Infinite Light 1 here, and you can move that around however you choose, just to reposition all of the shadows. So if I just like maybe move it a bit forward just to get some more shadows at the front there. So if we go to our layers and click on the background here, this is what our final piece will look like, and that's not really what I want. I want it to be sort of like looking like it's on the ground sort of thing. So to do that, we click on our creative, and then we go to this blue sort of thing here and move to the till it says rotate around x-axis. And then what you can do is just rotate that until you get to 90 degrees approximately, or just around that. So I'll see what I can get like. So now it's sort of at 90 degrees, so what I'm going to do is just move our camera view again, sort of up to the top here, like facing directly down like that. And I'll just rotate it a bit more till it's sort of like that, I guess. So now it's facing pretty much up, and what I'm going to do is go back to 3D and then do move object to ground plane, and then what that'll do is just, if we go back to our camera, it'll just move the 3D extrusion down to the ground grid area here like that, so it looks like it's sort of on the ground, I suppose. So that looks pretty cool at the moment. So now what I'm going to do is reposition the light just so the shadows are looking a bit better. So I'll just face it sort of like maybe like almost directly above it, like that maybe. So that, and as you can see, the light sort of made this red appear a bit too sort of like so what you can do is, well, what, wrong one. So what you can do is you can see it's sort of made it a little light red, which is not really what I want. Go to specular and just move this down the color to sort of black, or further black. As you can see, it gives you a darker red. And then I'll do the same with the front bevel material, just move it down until you get approximately the same color, like that. So now it looks a bit more realistic, I suppose, like that. So that looks pretty cool at the moment. So what I'm just going to do now is change his background color to be a bit lighter, because it's a bit too dark, I think. Okay, that looks worse. Maybe it will look alright with like a, yeah, that looks alright. If I do like a gradient background, that might look alright. If we can do like a, does that look alright? Sort of changing colour. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So now I've just made a gradient sort of background, which just looks a bit better. So if we go back to our creative, and we can just reposition, well actually we can reposition the camera to whatever you want to for your final piece. So I want to have it like almost like directly on top of it, like that, I suppose, but I want to have it rotated that way a bit, and then like down like that. See, that looks pretty cool. And I'll just scale it in a bit like that, and then just move it a bit to the left. That looks pretty good. And one last thing I'm going to do is change, I'm just going to change the light a bit more, because it looks a bit, shadows don't look too real. Look at that, that looks better. So that's pretty much ready for use to whenever you want to use it for. You can change it even more if you want. I might actually change, we can change the color of the bevel material here to a white, like a lightish white, and then that'll just make the creative pop out a bit more, the text. That looks a bit better. Oops. So that's pretty much it for that. And then once you're done with your 3D text or anything, you just want to click this little box here, as you can see on the right. If you click on that, it'll just begin rendering your creative or your text or whatever. So I'll just click that, and I'll be back when it is finished. Okay, so now that that's done, as you can see, it's just rendered it to make it look a bit better. So now that's finished, and all you need to do now is just go save as, like you normally would, and I'll just choose desktop 3D text and change it to PNG, and just click OK on that. So now that will save your 3D extrusion, and then you're done pretty much. I'll just open it up on the desktop once it's finished. If we can open up this, go to the desktop and then 3D text. So now it'll open that up, and there you go. You can see there's your finished product. It looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. So that's about it for this video. There's a lot more advanced stuff you can do, but there's plenty of other tutorials on that, and I might even do some of that later on. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in next upcoming video. I'm not sure what it'll be or when it'll be. So, I'll see you then. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.